the nicest thing. You're late again from David Weed. We know what that means. David, you missed me. You should try being more vulnerable and just say what you mean, my friend. Dearest Sevi, my heart aches to spend time with you on the internet. And then I could say something back. That's cool, David. Thanks. Sorry. I was just getting a couple extra wipes in on my butt today. Sorry, I'm late. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you guys. I miss you guys too. I miss me too. I miss you too. I miss interacting with you. Mr. Reeves, hi. How are you? All right. I'm going to grab bread. I'll see if this is on after. Dude wipes. I just saw my son woke up. My son woke up. I get up at 6 and I was showering. And my son woke up. He comes in the bathroom and he sits on the toilet. And I look over at him. I'm like, "You taking a deuce?" And he goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right. You going back to bed?" And he goes, his eyes are barely open. He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, that's good. Yeah. Go back to sleep. Remember, you get big and strong when you get extra sleep." I lied to him about getting big part. Anyway, he finishes taking a deuce and he goes over to the sink and washes his hands. There's no way he learned that from me. If I get up in the middle of the night or if I get up and I take a shit at any point and I'm going back to sleep, I am not washing my hands. I am not washing my. Judge me, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm going back to sleep. I'm not putting cold water on my hands. I'm not washing my hands. I'm not taking the time to wash my hands. The whole thing, the whole tactic is when you get up and you have to pee or poop. It's weird. I don't get up and pee in the middle of the night anymore. I don't know why that is. It's like stopped about a year ago. I still drink a glass of water before I go to bed. I just thought of that. But if I'm going back to sleep, I'm taking the shortest route possible. Oh, please, David, you wash your hands if you drop. It's very rare. I drop a deuce and then go back to sleep. Very rare. But if I did, there's no fucking way I'm washing my hands. We believe you. See what you did there. I see what you did there. Who wakes up to shit? I know that's a good point. But my son did woke up at 6 a.m. is a little more realistic. I'm not svelte. Thank you. It must be just the red. Pat Lang says, "Sevi, you look svelte right now." I wish. I'm the same. I'm the same tub of shit that I've been for years, almost my entire life. Just is what it is. Yesterday, I did this workout. What did I do? I did 30 cals on the bike. I did 30 lunges with a 20-pound dumbbell on the front rack, and I did 5 pull-ups. I haven't done 5 pull-ups in a row like in a month because of my shoulder. I've been just doing onesies and hanging and shit like that. And I did that, and what did I end up doing? I did 6 rounds of that, so it ended up being 180 cals on the assault bike, 180 lunges, and 30 pull-ups. And then I just felt like a pussy, so I did 100 burpees. I don't know, did you ever do a workout and you're just not satisfied by it? Maybe it was a pussy workout, I don't know. Hey, you look just like Street Horner. Oh, alright. In case you guys don't remember, this guy accused John. Oh, we're gonna do a poll on Kill Taylor. We're gonna do a poll on Kill Taylor tomorrow that I'm very, very excited about. Very scientific poll. Not some like clickbait, schmaltzy poll like does John Woolley jack off to Danny Spiegel. Not something like that. Not something juvenile and crass. Tomorrow we're gonna do something amazing. The most amazing poll ever. I'm so excited about it. Would you rather it's like a virtue signaling no, what is it? Someone help me categorize this type of science. Science. It's like this. The questions are gonna be this. Would you rather John Young call you ugly or and then choice B is, your husband or wife we'll just say your husband. The men will have to pretend like they're women. Would you rather have your husband cheat on you while you're pregnant with your second child? And then you can choose and then if it's you'd rather have John Young call you ugly, then we'll have some sort of hierarchy. Do you remember that pyramid? I think it was Matt Walsh made it, or the hierarchy of the privilege class. Like you got points. Like if you were a woman, you got a point. If you were black, you got a point. If you were trans, you got a point. And then there was that hierarchy. If you were gay, you got a point. And then you were trans. And then the more points you had, the higher you were on the privilege class. John calling someone ugly is the pot calling the kettle black. You know, Bryson explained to me something last night. It was very interesting. I wonder if I could. I wonder if I could find it. He explained something to me so interesting that I forgot. I don't think he'll mind if I read it. Oh shit! Giant mosquito eater in here. You remember when you were a little kid and you used to be afraid of mosquito eaters? Um, I wish I could read you this whole discussion that Taylor and Bryson and I all had together. Someone sent me. I saw a bunch of pictures of by the way, of Haley Adams on Snapchat. I don't even know how to use Snapchat. You know, when I go on Snapchat or like Telegram or I've tried to open any of those apps, I just feel like I'm by myself. Like I don't even know where to go to interact with other people. But Haley Adams is all grown up now. Like the kind of stuff she posts, the pictures people are sending me, she's all grown up. I don't know how to explain it any better than that, but you don't follow her on Snapchat and you're a dude who likes to look at thirst pics, head on over there. Couldn't believe the picture. They were great pictures, but it looks like something more you'd see on Dan Blazarian's Instagram account than I don't know. I just thought Haley Adams was like a little girl, a kid, but she got all grown up and she's doing the thing. She's doing her thing. Where is that explanation? Maybe I'll just call. Maybe I could call Bryson and he'll explain it to me. He'll explain it to it. It's so good. I kind of forgot this is how the world works. If I can call him. He's probably training or coaching or programming. Hello? Bryson? Hello? Hello?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person.
Bryson, is that fucking roadcaster? Bryson, is that you? Oh, wait, is this it? Oh. Yeah, I found it, but if I read it, it's so out of context. I need him to explain the whole thing. But he basically I was struggling to see why anyone thought I was defending Mitchell Hooper. I'm like, how the fuck do people think I'm defending him? I'm not even defending him in the slightest, in my mind. And he explained to me why people go there, the conclusions that they oh, this might be him. Hey, could I ask you a favor? You remember that remember that Mitchell Hooper story that I did? Remember the
Yes.
Mitchell Hooper thing? And that people thought I was defending him? And you explained to me
Wait, you cut out. You cut out. What did you say?
People were thinking that I was defending him.
Okay, yeah.
And then you kind of explained to me why people thought that. And I was having trouble.
So you want me to basically say what I said in the group chat?
Yeah, kind of, or say it any way you want. But I was looking at it and I was going to read it, even though that's against the rules. But then I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm not gonna. It's not. I understood what you said in it, but it's not going to convey well the way you wrote it to a podcast audience.
Well, this is the thing that I understand from your point when you're talking about it just being a story. If you don't know that someone cheated on you, you could not be upset. They did have sex with somebody, but it's the idea of like, oh, all the made up things that we all live in are what makes you upset about it. Like the fact that, hey, a green light doesn't necessarily mean go on a traffic light. A red light doesn't mean red, or a red light doesn't mean stop. But we all agree on that, and we like agreeing on that, and it makes our lives easier and better. It's still a made up story. But when you talk about how it's a made up story and you don't emphasize the part that you enjoy living in that made up story, people think you're saying, oh, yeah, it doesn't mean stop. You shouldn't stop. You should run red lights, when that's not what you're saying.
Right. Like they think that I'm claiming I'm outside of the story just because I see how it works.
Yeah, just because you see that it is a story doesn't mean you're outside the story. But that's what people are thinking you're saying, is that you're outside the story when you're not. You love your wife and you enjoy being married and having
I play the game
those
too,
vows.
for sure. Yeah. I more than play the game.
Playing the game is a good way to say it.
More than play the game. I'm stuck in the game just like you are, but it doesn't mean that I can't be honest about how it works.
Yeah, you would still be upset if your wife cheated on you, but you can still understand that, hey, I'm only upset because of the
bullshit
game.
I made up. Yeah, like I still stop at red lights.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is, if I went on a podcast and for an hour, all I was talking about was, oh, green doesn't even mean go, red doesn't even mean stop. That's just something we all made up and all agree on. And you guys just tell yourselves that. That's all true. But if I don't finish that sentence with, and I think we should all agree on that because it makes our lives a lot easier, then people are going to think that I think people should run red lights and shit.
It's like it's the gravity. Do you understand the gravity one too? Like people think gravity is real, and they forget it's just an explanation for a phenomenon.
Right.
And the
I get
the
that.
phenomenon is real, but gravity is not real. It's just it's just the most it's the one that we use that gives us the greatest predictive value, as Greg would say.
Yeah, and even when you were like, oh, and I can show you two people having sex, but I can't show you vows. Yeah. Even sex is a story. That's just a word we have made up for describing something. Everything is made up, and we just all agree on that.
I can show you a penis entering the helmet of a penis breaking the seal of a vagina, passing the labia majora.
Yeah. But you can't show someone cheating on somebody else.
No, you cannot. That and people think you, and that's where people get confused. That's their story. They think it's real, but that part's just a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. All right.
Everything is made up.
But that being said, if I came home and some dude was balls deep in my girl, I would fucking cry and run outside and pull my hair out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you want it that way. You want to have these made up things that we call vows and marriage and stuff, and loyalty, all that stuff. You enjoy living in that delusion, but all it is something that humans made up.
Yeah. All right, good. All right. I like this. All right, thank you very much.
Yep.
You should get your own podcast.
Yeah, I'll try. Take over the space.
Yeah, totally.
Wonder why everyone isn't talking about what I want to talk about.
Perfect. All right, thank you. Say hi to Maris.
All right, I will.
Bye. What the fuck is this? People take things out of context and report as fact. I don't even understand that. I don't even understand that. I don't even understand that. You know what's so funny is what happened the other day? Someone said something about Rich. God, what did they say about you? Or they said something about me, and I'm like, no, I'll get him on Friday. What are you talking about? I don't remember what caused me to say that. And then, bam, here you are. See, isn't that proof that there's God? This is the first time Rich has commented in the chat in 6 months or a year or 10 years. And a few days ago, remember on the show, I said something along the lines of, fine, fuck you guys. I'll get Rich on the show on Friday. And then there he is. I haven't even talked to Rich in a few days. Man, this story has some long legs. Oh, you don't even know. I'm about to bring up his I'm gonna bring up his holy shit, there's a lot of comments. Hey, what's the deal with Brad Asaraf? Why are people tripping on Brad? I didn't realize how important it is for the chat to get be part of the show. I mean, I know how important it is for me, but I didn't realize how important it was for you guys. Heidi was demanding that Brad interact with the chat. What do you mean, who the fuck is he? I don't understand what you mean, who the fuck is he? He's like a guy who he's a guy on the internet. I'm not sure. What do you mean? Like, does he have kids and shit, or like, does he jerk off with his right hand or his left hand? I'm not sure what you're asking. Oh, where did he come from? The same, his mom's vagina. I met him on the internet, just like I met all you guys. Keeping it real. We interviewed Jake. You didn't consult us. We interviewed Jake. You didn't consult us this time. I don't know what the fuck that means. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you. You can't bring a stranger on and not say, oh, here's this new guy, Brad. He's going to be doing a show. Gotcha. I see what you're saying. So you're saying this is like our house and we're all hanging out, and that there's a rule that, like, if someone new is going to come into the house, it's like if someone comes into the gym, you have to introduce them to everyone. Okay, I see what you're saying. How did I meet Brad? I don't know if this is true. So take this with the fucking huge grain of salt, because I get him confused with another guy. But I think Brad was there was a guy, who is the guy from Florida? Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne used to make the thumbnails for the show. And then I don't know what happened to Bruce Wayne, actually. And then this guy, Brad, started making the thumbnails. And I met these guys, I think, just through Instagram. And then so he was making thumbnails. I think he's been making, I don't know how long he's been making thumbnails. 6 months. And then one day he called me and he said, hey, I have this idea for a show. It's called Deep Dive, and it's just like a 10-minute show. And I said, oh, that sounds cool. And I don't know if I should tell you this because it's our personal call, but I started asking him what he does, and I forget what he does exactly. But I think he has a very hardcore, I think, religious Christian upbringing, and I think he studies. There's a word for it, but he studies old languages, like the languages that they used to write the Bible. This is like 2 months ago or something. Daniel Garrity, the channel has a very low bar. So when I was talking to him on the phone, we ended up like talking like for 2 hours because I had a million questions about words in the Bible. And he's not a lot of the Bible people I talk to are self-righteous. You know, they couch things as if they have moral superiority. They don't actually try to explain anything to you. They're just like, but it says in the Bible here. And this guy's not like that at all. Like not even a tiny bit. It was crazy talking to him. It was like my brain and his brain melted. It was like I cheated on Haley. Intellectually, I melded with his brain. Our brains melded. And then I had like, I don't know, like then he did that show with Taylor, and I thought that show was hilarious. Because that show reminded me, there's a show that National Public Radio or Public Broadcasting has. It's called like Tiny Desks or something. And it's got this crazy fucking libtard feel to it where like they go in and they're like playing music a cappella at someone's desk or something. Like Post Malone will go in there or something. And it had that feel to it. Brad gives me like a librarian liberal feel. You know what I mean? And I just loved that show. So that's Brad. I mean, that's all I know about him. I don't know anything else about him. And then if I have any questions, like when I was tripping on how they changed Yeshua's name to Jesus, I called Brad Asaraf, and I love his last name, Asaraf. Are you kidding me? Asaraf. He sounds like an Arab. Asaraf. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Calling in just to say Brad's show, the Nosferatu Psalms 23 deep dive was fantastic.
Yeah, he calls me, he goes, "Hey, I don't think I have a guest, but I want to do some a Bible show, Bible beater show." And he's a Bible beater. I said, "Dude, I'm so excited for it. Do that shit."
Yeah, and like you said, during his episode there, he did a great job really making it applicable to a lot of people that maybe haven't studied the Bible and breaking it down in a very, very tangible way. And also tying it back into the pop culture with the Nosferatu film. So it was good. Like you said, very, very relatable, but also sometimes people that have such a deep understanding of a subject, the real ones can break them down in very simple terms. And I think that's him.
Yeah, he's cool as shit. I would be very curious to hear him and Will Brandstetter be in the same room and see how they interact.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I've only seen bits and pieces of Brandstetter, I think, when he was in like one of the houses during last year's, like, I don't know, whether it was regionals or semifinals. Seemed pretty like a cool guy. So I'm assuming those two would get along great.
As you're saying this, you know, when I first met Rich, I saw that he surrounded himself like with this people of the same values, and I see how they run Mayhem, and like every coach there's fucking got a pocket Bible, you know, and like all that shit, and they got their favorite psalm, and like he just surrounds himself with people with, you know, very similar values. And I spent like probably the first 30 or 40 years of my life with homeless people, drug addicts, prostitutes, pimps, criminals, just in crazy places. You know, there was a time when, you know, half my friends had spent time in San Quentin, and I spent time with people who were absolutely nothing like that. And now for the last like 6 years, I'm around this young group, and I was always the young guy. I was always hanging out with old guys. And now I have this part of my life where I hang out with young guys, and they all have really, really strong values, like very strong values, to the point where they're like rules. Some of them are even crippled by their values, but I really enjoy it. I'm like really, really enjoying it. And Brad seems like one of those guys. He has really strong values. And I mean, I don't know what Mayhem's like, but I like what it looks like, and I like all the people, 90% of the people I meet who are from there. Like, I find it it's fun. They're cool, different social experiments to be in.
For sure. All right, man. That's all I wanted to call in and say. Appreciate you and the show. Thank you.
Thanks, dude. Bye.
Bye.
And I know I never banged a hooker ever. I don't know why, but I never did. It wasn't like I wasn't opposed to it. I just never did. Hey. Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, I was listening to like a pretty recent episode where you talked about how you were going to do like a 50-mile run with DeLauer and Castro.
Yeah. And I think Ben Alderman, one of the organizers of the NorCal Classic.
Are you able to expand on that statement you mentioned where like Thomas didn't want any photos with you?
So
like how that was like a rule with the whole event. Like what was up with that?
So basically, Thomas has this insane fucking YouTube channel, and he absolutely murders it. I mean, like he is wealthy, right? He's cracked the code. He's got multiple houses. He's got a big studio. He's got Super Beaver for a wife. He's got kids. He doesn't want that compromised at all, And I don't. Yeah. And basically, I didn't take offense to it at all. Everyone was like that around me during COVID, dude. Everyone was like that around me, terrified. But he had a lot to lose, so he didn't want his algorithm getting fucked up at all. When I'm like, COVID's bullshit, and masks are bad for you, and all you have to do is stop eating sugar. Yeah, like, dude, I got kicked off of YouTube for saying moving and diet are the two best things you could do to hedge against all disease, especially COVID.
Right. Yes.
And now the T cell thing is like starting to creep into the news. I was big into T cells for like 6 months. I'm like, listen, dude, all you have to do is nurture your T cells. First line of defense.
Right.
And so he didn't want any fucking part of that.
That's so sad, man. That's so like closed-minded, and that's just so I don't know. I just like I know he's got a huge following, but
I don't think that's closed-minded. I don't know. I don't think closed-minded is the right word. He was open-minded. He was open-minded enough about it to know that it's not good.
Yeah.
And hey, so, like, listen, when something happened with did something happen to Mark Bell or remember when Mark Bell's station got kicked off of YouTube? Thomas DeLauer contacted me and said, hey, I'll come on your show and talk about that. And I really appreciated that. Like, that was the straw for him. He's like, fuck this.
Oh, okay. So, I didn't know all that.
So it's one thing to there's three distinct categories. There's one you're telling the truth, there's one you're staying quiet, and there's one you're lying. And he was not in the lying category.
Yeah.
So, but most people stayed quiet, dude. It basically showed us that 99 out of 100 of us are cowards.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Gotcha.
Self-preservation. It's like, hey, I don't know if you've seen videos of someone drowning in a pool, but when people go out to save them, they just pull the person who's trying to save them under. They don't give a fuck.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Hey, I got one other thing. It's kind of like left field. Aside from this, but I remember you guys were talking about how CrossFit's trying to bring back like the specialty courses. And I remember maybe like in 2012, 2013-ish, I went to Agora Hills and I did my CrossFit Endurance cert with Brian McKenzie.
Yeah.
And I know you had like briefly talked about him, but did you have anything to share as to like why he ended up departing or why CrossFit departed from him and how it turned into Chris Henshaw and Brian McKenzie was no longer doing the endurance thing for CrossFit? Or
I don't know what happened there. I think the original running guy for CrossFit was a guy named Romanov, a Russian guy. I had him on the CrossFit podcast. He is amazing. He's a Russian guy. I think he competed in the Olympics. So he was the original running guy, and he talked about the pose running method. And then there was McKenzie. That seminar was hugely successful.
Yeah, dude, it's badass. It was so awesome when I was there.
I don't know. I always liked Brian. Cool. Brian, I know Brian was very close, had pretty dynamic relationships with Kelly Starrett and John Wellborn. I think like in and out relationships. I think they were all like business partners, or at least their their Venn diagrams intersected quite a bit. I think maybe they had some falling outs and then coming back together, just like normal, relationship stuff, business stuff. I don't know what, when I think of Brian, I think of Kelly and John and kind of on the same, I don't know, in the same, click, but I don't know what happened. I'm trying to think, but I know his seminar was very successful. People loved it. And now I know he's doing, the last I heard, he's doing something with Laird Hamilton and like dunk tanks or water tanks or some shit. And I think he's into breathing, the Wim Hof stuff pretty heavily.
Yeah, I remember he was promoting all the breathing techniques and the breathe, all yeah.
So that's all I know. Okay. I don't know any drama around him.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I appreciate it, man. I freaking love listening to you every single day. I don't really catch the live episodes too often, so I listen back on Spotify, and I consume everything that you guys put out, and I just love it, dude. I love it when you guys get hot on topics and you speak your mind and you don't hold back, and everything that you promote about being a dad and a husband and fathering your children. I just love it, man.
Don't eat sugar and don't cheat on your wife. Those are really two.
Yeah,
stupid.
It's pretty easy.
Those are stupid.
She keeps me coming back for more every single night.
Yeah, those will fuck your life up. Eating too much sugar and cheating on your wife once. That'll be those will alter your course.
Yeah, it'll be pretty terrible.
Let me ask you this. When you watch the shows back and you're not watching them live, do you watch them with the live chat going?
No.
Okay.
I just because I drive a lot for work, and so I just listen back on Spotify your past episodes. But when I have the time to cast a live, I try to read the actual chat, but it just gets too much, man. There's so many comments.
And then when there is the chat going on the side and I read comments from it, I try really hard to make sure I read the person's name and the comment so that if you're listening back, you understand what's going on. Like some people, when they first start getting to podcasting, they just respond to the chat. And then I always figure, other listeners who aren't watching the chat have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I think you mentioned my name once on one of my comments, and I'm like, oh, dude, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, I think saying the name and what they comment is pretty helpful for those that aren't seeing it live.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
Bye. All right. Souza or Caleb, retitle this show. People think Sevon's great. Okay. Do you remember when Sevon said he would never have any of us on? I would never have any of you on. What are you talking about? I'm never having one of you guys on. That would ruin the show. It would ruin the show to have one of you guys on. Hello?
What's going on, Sevon?
What's up, dude?
Hey, I just wanted to quickly comment on that last question regarding Brian McKenzie and why he basically was told to leave.
Oh, he was told. Wait, he was told to leave. You know that he was told to leave.
Yeah. I was part of the CrossFit Endurance staff with Brian McKenzie.
Okay.
And basically it was a dispute over whether or not Brian can do other seminars like he was doing. And you mentioned the breathing and the deal that he had with Hamilton. That was the sticking point. CrossFit did not want him to do that and create a separate seminar. And they told him to choose, and he decided to choose the Hamilton deal because he was writing. He wrote the book Unbroken. That was the sticking point, and he noticed that CrossFit doesn't want any additional competition, so they told him to choose or leave. He said, "Nah, I'd rather not be limited," and he left.
What was CrossFit's logic for not wanting him to have a was it an endurance seminar or was it?
No, well, I wasn't part of those negotiations, but I know it had to do with that because when he told us, "Hey, we no longer have a job," it was because of that. It was their logic is that they felt that additional seminar was crossing or bleeding into the endurance seminar because it had to do with breathing and and how to maximize your endurance, using cold plunge. And so he's trying to explain that they're completely separate, but CrossFit didn't see it as separate.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what CrossFit's logic would be. Like they wanted it like, hey, if you did it, do it under the CrossFit banner.
Yeah, I think so. And I can't, don't quote me on that part right now, because I'm not, those details that we were not, we weren't privy to those details during those negotiations during that time. But we knew that was an issue. It became an issue even with the book. When he wrote the book, but they're like, okay, whatever. And then Brian went on with that other seminar, and that's where CrossFit's like, hey, you're either part of CrossFit or you're part of the Hamilton group. What is it? And Brian was just like, no, I don't want to be limited. And it was.
Go ahead.
And you're right. It was a shame, because that endurance seminar was really popular. I mean, I myself, Nuno, we had South America. I was booked every weekend.
Yeah, Brian was really passionate and into his stuff, and he knew his shit. He was so into it.
Yeah. That seminar was very, very popular.
I think I went to I think I filmed the first one, because I think I remember Jeremy Thiel was there, Brian Shantosh was there, Allison NYC was there. I think there were some.
Yeah.
Were you at that first one?
I was.
Oh wow, what a small world.
Yes.
What a small world. There was a lot of tension between. The only thing that I remember, obviously this is going to be how I remember it because I was in media. There was a shitload of tension between the SMEs, subject matter experts, and CrossFit regarding media, meaning the subject matter experts wanted more media done on their seminars, rightfully so. I say that with no pushback. If I was doing a seminar under the CrossFit banner, I would want media there too. They wanted more media. It was kind of a thing the whole time. Everyone wanted more media and more opportunity to be on the front end. And that's when the blog was huge, right? That's the only tension I remember. Like I would hear like, oh shit, Brian's done 10 seminars and we haven't put up one, running video, or the gymnastics guy's pissed because we haven't put up one video. And so I was always trying to, what's crazy is I was doing my best to get that stuff. But when you only have one post a day and 365 days a year, and you have 8 subject matter experts, and then you have the level 1, and then you have all the other topics, it was, that was a challenge. But I know that there was a huge demand from them. They wanted more media, and I think CrossFit had promised them that they would do media too. But that was always
they did. Yeah, they did promise that, and they even, I remember on 2 events we did a seminar. Brian and I did one in, I believe it was Carlsbad, and we were promised that there was going to be media there, and there wasn't. And I remember Brian being livid with that.
And I don't blame him for that either. I also, I want to defend CrossFit because obviously I knew that the amount of resources and time we had, but I also don't blame him for being livid.
Right. No, and I agree. I mean, at that time, you had the weightlifting seminar, the gymnastics seminar, you had the running seminar. There was just so many. And you guys were limited. So I saw it from CrossFit standpoint, but when you say yes, and then not show up, that's a different story.
Right. I agree, because especially if media is going to be there, you're going to put on a clean shirt. You're going to make sure you have the right clients. I totally get it. I'm being somewhat joking, but but I honestly do get it. Yeah, I get it. I get it. And it's not like Brian was in a 1 foot in and 1 foot out. He was a 24/7, 365 days a year guy. McKenzie was hardcore.
Yeah, he also had his own affiliate. So he loved it. He was all in.
All in. Yep. All right, dude. Thank you.
It was interesting. No, thank you. Have a good one.
Hey.
Yeah.
What are you doing now? What do you do now?
Well, now I own a real estate company and a travel agency. That's what I'm doing now. I still have my CrossFit gym though.
Are you born on the East Coast?
I was born in in the East Coast. I was born in Puerto Rico, but I got familiar with CrossFit while I was in the Marine Corps, and then when I got out, I joined the police department. I was in SWAT, and when I got my level 1, which back then it was just a seminar, was with Glassman. He was still teaching.
Wow.
That's how long ago it was.
Yeah. You have this voice to you like one of those really nice mafia guys until you're not nice.
No, I'm super chill.
Yeah, you're like, hey, here's your pizza, and then when the person's done eating, and here's a bullet in your head.
Yeah, no.
No, okay,
No.
all right. Thank you.
All right, brother.
All right, bye. He almost sounds like one of the Muppets. Seema. The math is mathing. Quote, I liked his last name, Asaraf. Here, have a show. Wait, for some reason, I don't think that's I don't think that's not a compliment, right? Is that a compliment? Dude, he's making 2 thumbnails a day for fucking 6 months. I never even talked to him. You know what I mean? Just doing it. And then he talked to me Bible talk, and I probably started swooning, right? I got all excited, stimulated. I got titillated. Corey Leonard, I don't know if Brad is gay, but I do feel like he let a dick get soft in his mouth. Oh, there's a question for you, Mr. Jake Chapman. Would you rather have if you had to have a penis in your mouth, would you rather have it be a soft one or a hard one? There's one for you. Mr. Lange. Sevi, Grant thinks he deserves a show. He can do Bible shit and CrossFit multiverse. Give him a shot. He has his own show. He's killing it. His YouTube's killing it. Listen, you don't want to be a part of this show. You get your own show and then you make me a bunch of money and I just take that shit from you and then just never talk to you and ignore you. Ask Jenny. And then you got to worry about like breaking away and starting your own YouTube channel and me hating you. Or it's horrible. You don't want any part of that. Jeremy World, Sevi, please do what Souza does and ask who the caller is, please and thanks. No, I'm not doing that. I think we've talked about this. I don't want to ask who the caller is because I don't want people to think like they have to give their names. You know what I mean? Like if you want to call and talk about how you came home and your husband was fucking your sister, I want people to feel comfortable calling in and saying that. You know what I mean? Well, after seeing Heidi's comments yesterday to Brad, I don't know if I saw a screenshot of it. I don't know if it's from this show or she said it on Instagram, but I didn't realize the ownership. I guess I hadn't thought of the ownership that you guys in the chat have taken. Jake Chapman, the Base Show. I'm actually naked right now looking at my flaccid penis, debating this, and you're ready to move on. You're going to put your own penis in your mouth? Why do you want to know their name? Heidi, I said please. I don't know why you want to know their name. But I want to know their name too. I don't know why I want to know their name. I just show restraint and don't. I was came over here to see if there are any updates on Mitchell Hooper, and man, the comments brutal. Wearing a girl dad shirt, the audacity. To be fair, regardless of his mistake, he's still a father of a daughter. Someone else writes, I feel like a sperm donor shirt may be more appropriate at this point. No decent dad I know would destroy their family the way he decided to. I think you could be a decent dad and cheat on your wife. I don't think it's like a deal breaker. Someone else was saying to me that he obviously doesn't love his wife if he cheated on her. I don't think it works like that. Who's the assistant though? She should be called out as well. She's just to blame as he is. She knew exactly what she was doing, going after a married man with a baby girl on the way. The wife's maid of honor and best friend, Kate. Yo, what's happening with the drama? Reddit's going nuts. He cheated, sexted on his pregnant wife with his assistant, her maid of honor. Who would have thought after playing God a few months back, ripping Luke apart? Oh, okay. Where on Reddit? I can't find anything. You know what's crazy? There's all sorts of Reddit's crazy. Reddit is just gross. Summer Fuel is about to hit different. Is your assistant deleting, hiding all the comments, calling you out for being a hypocritical piece of shit, or does she just assist you in being unfaithful to your pregnant wife? Strange. You had talks about ending your marriage while also fathering a second daughter. Your narrative context, as you like to call it, is clearly just you feeling sorry for yourself about getting caught. Lift heavy, hide infidelity. Well, man, I wonder if he wishes he would have never made a statement. He should have never said anything. The drink gives you a lot of energy, so you can cheat on your wife and make public posts saying how horrible others are for doing the exact thing. Is this drink called hypocrite juice? Dude, you don't deserve to be a daddy to those baby girls. Man, these are the same couple of girls just going crazy. My two favorite strongmen turn out to be pieces of shit. After all the hate you gave, Luke, turns out you were just protecting your own secrets. Not so clever now. Are you? World's strongest cheater. Damn, these people are ruthless. Wearing a girl dad shirt. Why does Instagram do that? Every time you hit more comments, it just. Yeah, probably not a good time to advertise rain. I remember drinking a rain and a bang back to back one morning after going to the gym. Mitch is going to die of caffeine overdose. 3 cans of rain. Cheating tosser. I'm just going to butt chug them like Luke. It's so bizarre. I was thinking about the other people in the space who are doing the same thing, talking about their hardships and stuff, and then they don't give you any specifics. You know, I don't know if you remember Luke's long post, but basically every sentence opened up a door, and he didn't close any doors. I cheated on my wife, and I feel like a piece of shit. Like, that's the most he should have said. He shouldn't have said anything. I mean, it was absolute. Can anyone argue for? Does anyone have any? And he should erase all these comments, dude. You're letting people put signs in your front lawn. Like, erase all those comments. Make people go somewhere else if they want to talk shit about you. They should erase all that shit. But if I came out here and I told you guys, hey, I'm really having a hard day. There's a lot going on in my life. The people around me are I've caused a lot of turmoil. It all started 2 days ago. There were some. It's not 100% my fault, but I handled it poorly. Please give me space and honor my privacy. You guys will be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Hey, imagine coming home and your house just smells so good of food and you're starving, right? And you walk in the front door and there's nothing being cooked, you're gonna have some questions. Like, what the fuck is going on here? What did you cook? Where's the food? It's nuts. I don't know why he did that to himself. I have no idea why he did that to himself. Maybe it was a strategy. I don't know. Maybe the whole thing, he did it on purpose to cull the herd. Maybe that he didn't cheat on his wife. He's just trying to figure out who would be loyal to him. It's just a game him and his wife are playing. It's a psyop. Maybe that's what it is. I kind of like that idea. You think that's what it is? It makes no sense. Did I tell you guys sugar causes cancer? I gotta erase some of these notes. My notes are getting crazy again. It feels like the old days. Syndicate Crown. Hit the QR code now. We'll be there. Also, go over to vindicateVNDK8.com. Get your yellow shirt, your special Syndicate shirt. They're doing a community event at Syndicate. If you're there, you might as well work out. No guest this week. Like the first day I don't have a guest, I'm kind of excited. And then after that, I start to panic. Now I'm on day 4 of, I talked about the giraffe drinking water is tantamount to a woman having an orgasm. You want to talk about stay-at-home dads or cucks? That interest anyone? By the way, if you're an athlete and you want to come on the show, if you're a CrossFit Games athlete and you want to come on the show, feel free to, you can reach out. I don't, anyone's welcome on the show.
Here's alleged comic John.
The left is wild how they spin things. John Oliver thinks that being bigger, faster, and stronger doesn't give you an advantage in sports. What about stay-at-home full-time working dads asking for a friend? Well, then you're just working from home, right? I'm saying that most dudes in my position, like all the dads that I meet who are in my position, are cucks. I mean, shit, maybe I'm a cuck and I don't know it, but they're all that. It's like I was trying to think of one other. Cool dad like that. They're all bitches. Like the way I see their wives treat them, they're all bitches. They're all bitches. Like they're like, I think their wives question them in public. Their wives demean them in public. Their wives shush them in public. Their wives it's like one of my boys thinks it's okay when I'm talking in public and I'm trying to fucking break him of this habit right now. He thinks it's okay to question me in public constantly when I'm talking to someone else. I'll give you just a real world example. So yesterday we went to the gymnastics studio, big, huge, amazing facility. By the way, if your kids can get 90 minutes one day a week with a hardcore gymnastics instructor, you will see some incredible body composition changes. One of my kids is doing 2 90-minute sessions a week, and they already train their ass off, guys. And I cannot believe what's happened to one of my kids' bodies. He has turned into, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. But his shoulders and his bicep, everything up top is getting just ripped and thick, and it's crazy. And he's putting on weight while leaning out. It's nuts. And these are kids who train, 5 hours a day already. And my other 2 boys are doing it 1 day a week, and I can't even believe what's happening to them. And if you have CrossFitting kids who are already athletic, the excitement they will have in gymnastics will be massive. It reminds me with the first gymnastics seminar I went to, Allison NYC was there, and Adrian Bosman was there, and there were a bunch of other like really fit CrossFitters there. And I remember the gymnastics coach was like, the teacher was like, holy shit, I've never seen adults move like this. Like, I cannot believe how much I'm teaching you guys and how quickly you're learning. That's what it'll be like for your kids. Like in a day, they'll learn a front flip and a back flip. So my kid, I was at the studio yesterday, and the lady was showing me some of the gear they have there, and she was showing me this jumping pad that they have, and I go, "Oh, we have that," and my son goes, "We don't have that," and I wanted to fucking, like, I pulled him aside. Listen, do not interject on my stories like that. Afterwards, when we get to the car, you can say, "Hey, did we really have that, or do we have that?" Or wait till someone's not around. 9 out of 10 times, the kind of things that they point out, the kind of things he points out is just like nuts. I don't know. The kind of thing. It's like dealing with some of you in the chat. I'll be like, okay, guys, we have to be at tennis at 9:30, and they're like, no, actually 9:35. I'm like, you motherfucker. Dave Castro is like that too. What's it like? What's it like? Is that like an ego thing, Sevi, or why do you care? No, not an ego thing at all. I don't. No one wants to be around those people in life. If you're that person, no one likes you. No one likes you. It's no different than teaching your kids please or thank you. It's just like it's being able to read the room and socially navigate things at the highest level. It has nothing to do with me. I don't personally give a fuck, but I'm just like, I want him to be, it's like please and thank you and eye contact and hello. Has nothing to do with me. I don't like, you do what you fucking want. But like, if I'm with someone who's like that, who's constantly like, interjecting on going back to the cuck thing, those you see, that's the, wives who are always correcting their husbands. I see it all the fucking time. The husband's telling me a fucking story and the wife interjects. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Hey, do you know what it's like? Do you remember that Bill? Did you see what's going on with Bill Belichick? I don't even know who he is, but I guess he's the greatest NFL or college coach. He's some sort of coach. I thought he was a coach for an NFL team, but then someone was saying something about he's a coach for North Carolina or some shit. I don't understand the story, but he's this coach and he's 70 years old and he's dating a 24-year-old chick. Something like that. Something crazy like that. And they show him doing an interview with CBS, and the reporter asks him a question, and his 24-year-old girlfriend says he's not going to answer that. And I guess she did that like 5 times. His girlfriend is a high-end, was an escort. I think he could do so much better than her. It appears from the outside that she's just a sweet piece of ass. But I'd give her like, I mean, I don't find her like, if I'm gonna have any girl in the world, I start at 35. I don't go below 35. 30 to 40. You know, a 24-year-old girl who's she's hot but a whack job. You think she's hot? I don't think she's hot. I think she's just a normal. I mean, I don't think she's ugly by any means. But anyway, I see so many like they're not just stay-at-home dads, but I see a lot of dads who out in the world who appear to be like the ones primarily taking care of their kids. And by the way, when I say I see a lot, usually when I go places, it's all women anyway. So it's not like there's a lot of them. Like if I go somewhere, it's me and 6 moms usually. But when I do see dads the once or twice a day. And I just they're complete cucks. I have to ask my wife. My wife's in control. Then their wife's there, and the dad will be talking to me, and the wife interjects, and I'm like, dude. Yeah, 24 is just starting to be a woman. Like, yeah, if you could have any woman, you do not want a woman who's under 30. You're an idiot if you do. Now, if you're a 24-year-old guy, I get wanting a 24-year-old woman. Picking an orange when I walk by my orange tree, there are some beautiful oranges that are so tempting to pick, but they're just not ripe. They're just not ripe. I can tell too that a lot of these husbands, like when they talk to me, I can tell they're just starved for some interaction besides with their wife too. People keep all the not all, but a lot of men who just have daughters, or a lot of people who just have daughters, will tell me all the time, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I don't have boys. Oh my God, I'm so glad I don't have boys." Like, that's like a really big thing. I've never said, I don't say to anyone, I never say to anyone who just has daughters, "Oh, you're really fucking missing out that you don't have boys." I never say that. But I would say I hear it so often, at least once a month, but it feels like once a week. My friends will tell me, "Oh my God, daughters are so much better than boys." I hear that all the time. That being said, the men I know who are in homes with all girls, ooh, that's a tough road. That's a tough road. I wanted 3 boys and I got 3 girls. I guess, I don't know, I don't have any girls. I wish I did have girls. I wish I had 3 girls and 3 boys. But I guess the thing is with girls is the house is just a lot quieter. My house is not quiet. There's shit going on. Like, shit can pop off at a moment's notice. Just like living with dogs that, you know how, like, dogs just have to sprint sometimes, and if you don't have a place for them to sprint, they'll do laps in your house? It's like that. Bob, boys are easier to, raise if you can keep them alive. Sean, girls are just as loud. Oh, okay. I always get the impression that yeah, that's true. One of my buddies was telling me that his house is chaos. Like a lot of my house, there's not yelling. If by loud, I don't mean yell. There's no yelling. It's it's just like there's always BB guns being shot or balls being thrown against the wall. There's always something being done that's like, not always. There's like the other day I walked in the house and all 3 boys were on the couch reading. But a lot of times there's shit where you're just like, "Oh man, are we going to the ER today?" Every day I think that. Are we going to the ER today? Boys and girls are different, but John Oliver doesn't think so. Here we go.
Oliver, one of the unfunniest nincompoops to ever call himself a comedian. Here he goes on some bizarre rant arguing that males really don't have an advantage in sport. I don't know why even have men and
Men are better at everything. They're better at pool, better at poker, better at swimming, better at gymnastics, better at cooking, better at fucking. We're better at everything.
women's categories than John.
Bigger and stronger bodies are not automatically advantaged in every scenario. But the degree
bigger and what? Stronger bodies are not an advantage in every category. I'm trying to think where I had an advantage by being the shortest guy in the room. not at fighting, not at getting pussy. Not at getting cups out of the top shelf in the kitchen. I guess they say I'm going to live longer because I'm shorter, but we'll see. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Anyone? Does anyone have a does anyone have any thoughts? Where I might have an advantage over a maybe I have I have an advantage if it was a dick sucking contest on Shaquille O'Neal. What the fuck is this guy talking about? How about getting stuff out of the bottom cabinet? Yeah, and you know what's down there, Bob? That's where like all this shit is. Like old dirty sponges, dust bunnies, pots and pans that you never use. That's all this shit is down there. Oh, women are better at having babies. Yeah, and that's a great example. That's the fucking comparison. The only thing that women are better at than men is shit that only they can do. Women are great at making dicks hard. Gerald Preston, lawn care provider. Lawn, is that code for something? I'm here from a Brad Asaraf show. Asaraf, as we say in the hood, Asaraf. Yalla, yalla, Asaraf. Assalamu alaikum. I love hearing the tiny nerd in a suit try and tell me bigger and stronger bodies are not an advantage in sports. I know it's this guy's bonkers.
Of difference here matters because we expect a certain amount of difference in athletics. Taller basketball players are expected to compete against shorter ones. Faster soccer players compete against slower ones. Michael Phelps was allowed to compete with other swimmers despite being part dolphin. And crucially, none of the studies I've mentioned so far bear much relevance to what these new laws target, which is youth sports, usually of all ages. And
So do you see how now he's conflating issues? He's like, but what about youth sports? Can we let the trannies play youth sports? They're not even trannies. They're just dudes. Can we let dudes play? How about youth sports? You know, in jiu-jitsu, you fight girls up until a certain age. And if you sign your kid up for soccer or flag football, there's girls up until a certain age. I don't know what it is, 7, 8, 9. And there are some girls in town who are playing baseball. I don't see any dudes playing softball. Do dudes play softball? Yeah, that one's an interesting one, right? Softball and baseball, because those are two different sports, right? My wife's better at rope climbs. Dude, my wife's better at me at listen, and there's gonna be outliers like me and you. Just dudes who just are I'm barely a dude. Barely a dude. That's why lesbians love me so much. I'm barely a fucking dude. Barely. But I'm just talking generally. It's not 100%. It's not like, hey, if it's raining outside, you go outside, you're going to be wet 100%. It's not like that.
the research there is even more scant.
And he's talking about research. I saw someone comment, demanding research about men being better at women or bigger and stronger people being better at sports is like needing research to find out if a giraffe is bigger than a goldfish. Research. Holy shit, dude. I got some research for you. What you guys know this stat. There's 400 high school boys who can break every single woman's record in track and field. Only dudes who sucked at baseball but good at drinking beer. Yeah, I sucked at baseball. I was amazing at drinking beer. Yep, that's true. In F1, Mr. Jake Chapman, good morning again. In F1, I think that's car racing. In car racing, they're trying to say that women aren't at the top end because of repression and opportunity. Sevon, you're barely a dude, but you dominate a chick. I was wrestling my 10-year-old the other day. I can't wrestle with him. I have to be so careful wrestling with him because he's so much fucking better than me that all I have left is my strength. And like I don't want to accidentally hurt him, you know what I mean? But like I think soon he's going to tie me in a fucking knot. Jake Chapman, the research shows that 100% of people killed by nukes are Japanese. Uh, 400 high school boys every year can break the fastest times ever by one girl. Yeah. Hey, so Heidi, there's the dad in my dad group. Sevi has a dad group? No, I don't. But there's a dad in my dad group on my small circuit of life that I travel. And he started jiu-jitsu. Cool dude. Crazy, same age as me, way more athletic than me. Big, handsome guy, lean, doesn't drink alcohol, just a fucking great guy, smart, got a lot of hood in him too. Got a good job in the tech field, but also he got a little bit of thug in him. I love him to death. Great guy. And our kids do jiu-jitsu together. And he goes, "Hey, I started jiu-jitsu." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And then it crept in my brain. You know what I mean? I'm like, "God damn it." Like, sorry, not God damn it. God bless you. Uh, God bless you. Oh, that maybe I'll change that. God bless you. Maybe should I do it? Do I need to do it? Do I need to do jiu-jitsu? Now he's doing it. And he's already like a way better. He knows more about fighting than I do, like way more. So like he can actually coach his kids a little bit. When I'm just yelling dumb shit like stand up. I just yell this shit and then sometimes I'll try something that I heard a coach says, stack them. But a lot of times I'll say something and the jiu-jitsu instructors will just look at me and shake their head. No. All right. That usually keeps me quiet for another month. And a couple days ago, so he's been doing jiu-jitsu for a month, and a couple days ago I go over to his house and I was taking his kids somewhere. And I pull up in my minivan and I always get out and walk to the door, tell the parents even if the kids jump in my van, I go to the front door, I knock on the door and I go, "Hey, I'm here, I'm taking your kids." And then I try to always send videos and pictures of whatever we're doing so that they know where their kids are and what's going on. Just common courtesy shit, people. Just common courtesy shit. Hey, wherever I took them, we're on our way home now. Just shit like that. Just shit that I would want done to me. So I go up to the house and he comes out and I give him a big hug and I pat on the back and he fucking makes the craziest sound ever. And I'm like, "Oh shit. I'm so sorry. What happened?" And he broke one of his ribs. 1 month into jiu-jitsu, he broke one of his ribs. Yeah, broken ribs. Yep. He broke a rib. I had heard him. He had been telling me, he was like, a week earlier, he's like, "Dude, I'm in so much pain. I think I pulled a muscle or something." He was trying to pull a big guy off of him or something, or sweep a big guy. Uh, What did you say, Heidi? Do jiu-jitsu? Your kids will be so proud of you. My kids are so proud of me already, I think. I'm so fucking cool. They're so lucky. They're so lucky. This John Oliver guy is crazy. John Oliver tells women we must allow men in our spaces while also mocking us with giggly, girly pop stereotypes. I used to think this guy was funny. I used to love him and Jon Stewart. That's how far I've come.
Peyton McNabb tweeted a video of her confronting a trans woman with the caption, "A man using the girls' bathroom at Western Carolina University, unreal," which is really nasty. And for the record, ambushing strangers just minding their...
So he pivoted right there. It went from confronting a man who's in your bathroom to confronting people is nasty. He's not confronting a person. He's confronting the context matters so much. He's confronting a man in the bathroom.
own business is not what girls' bathrooms are for. Girls' bathrooms, which is really nasty. And for the record, ambushing strangers just minding their own business is not what girls' bathrooms are for. Girls' bathrooms are for gassing each other up, making best friends in 30 seconds, complimenting tops, tucking in tags, and zipping up dresses while one girl says, "OMG, that lipstick looks so good on you." The other says, "30% off at Sephora right now." And the first girl says, "Like now? And she responds, "Yeah, I went yesterday." She says, "Oh, you're my hero. I've been looking for a nude that goes with my blotchy skin tone." And the other says, "Girl, stop it. I would kill for those freckles. You know people are buying them now." And the first one's like, "You're right. We got to be loving ourselves." And the other one is like, "We absolutely do. That is what girls' bathrooms are for."
God, he's such a douche. He's such a douche. I want to see him do the same thing with Auschwitz. I want to see him make light of gassing people, rounding people up and gassing them in chambers. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hey, and unless they're willing to, I'm totally open to having a serious conversation about it. But to dismiss it, conflate it, and pivot, nope, not doing that. Nope. I'm totally open to having a discussion about it. But to say, hey, it's the same as confronting a stranger, bullshit. Why do they all look like this? Meet Judge Jessica Hedges, who released suspected Tesla firebomber, citing ADHD and no access to gender-affirming care. Oh, wait, there's more. Oh, wait, there's more. This story is nuts. In our life, our president, Joe Biden, was interviewed about doing bad shit. And the interviewers came back, hey, basically, he's probably guilty, but he's too old to testify or charge with anything. And then he continued to be president for another year and a half. Yet another woke judge goes lawless and move against Trump. Talk about privilege. Owen McIntyre stands charged with firebombing a Tesla dealership, causing hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage. Yet a Massachusetts judge let him out of jail to be supervised home release ahead of his trial to ensure he can keep getting cross-gender hormones and his meds for autism and ADHD. The perp set cars on fire simply because he doesn't like the politics of the guy who owns the company that makes them. I don't even think Elon's not even doing politics. It's only by a miracle no one was maimed or killed. This is no different from throwing Molotov cocktails through the window of a mosque or synagogue. Yet Judge Jessica Hedges had more sympathy for the accused terrorists than the victims and potential victims. Hey, where do you draw the line at that? Like, who wouldn't you let out? Where do you draw the line at that? What if they, like, And I don't know why these men are like this. I don't know where they find these women at. I don't know what the correlation is between these men whose wives run what's the word, roughshod on them. I don't know why they don't just pull their wife aside like I pull my kid aside and be like, "Yo, you can correct me all you fucking want. You can interrupt my stories all you want in the car on the way home." I say the same thing to my wife once a month. Hey, when I'm talking to the kids or disciplining the kids and you don't like what I'm saying, like something I might say is, I might say to my kid, "Hey, why the fuck would you do that?" And then my wife will pull me aside, 5 minutes later. She'll be like, "Hey, don't say that to the kids. Why the fuck would you do that? A better approach would be this." And I'll be like, "You're right." But when I'm saying that to my kid, you keep your fucking mouth shut and you pull me over later. And it has nothing to do with my ego. Nothing at all. It's for the best outcome of the situation. You come over if you're I'll do it the other way. If you're give an example. I don't know if this is exactly true, but my wife will be in the kids' bedroom, like trying to change the sheets in there, and all 3 kids will be in there just going fucking bonkers or something. And I'll hear her starting to get like short with them. I don't go in there and be like, "Hey, stop yelling at the fucking kids." I help her. I tell the kids to get out, or I start helping her put the sheets on the fucking bed. And then afterwards, I'm like, "Hey, you can always call me if she gets fucking crazy like that." I'm not there to add fucking noise and conflict to the problem. I'm there to fucking support you. It's an impulse. We all have it. Yeah. Yeah. And you're right. And it's that impulse that makes it so that I say dumb shit to my wife or to my kids. Never say dumb shit to my wife. Oh, I said something so stupid to my wife the other day. Fuck. I think I told you guys that about the steak. That was so stupid. She warmed steak up for me, and then I told her it was overcooked. That was so stupid. Don't do that. The timing's everything there. I fucked that up. So yeah, it's an impulse. We all have it. Yeah, I fuck up with my kids every day. I'd say every other day my wife will pull me aside and be like, "Yo, do this." I'll be like, "Got it. Check." But not in front of the fucking kids. Now, if I'm washing the dishes with the vegetable brush instead of the dish brush, my wife can say to me, "Hey, dipshit, sponge, not vegetable brush." That you can say that in front of the kids. You can correct me all you want in front of the kids, but not when I'm working with the kids. Do you get it? You get it? Do you guys see that? You guys see the distinction? My wife and I are a team. One thing we do is make sure everyone thinks we are fucking unstoppable. We never dream of correcting each other in front of others. Yeah. If I'm out shopping for a rug and I tell the person behind the counter, "Yeah, the room I have is 10 by 15." And my wife says, "No, the room is Sevan, you have the rooms confused. It's the room that's 20 by 30." Perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. Thank you. Oh, thank you. When I'm driving and jacking off with one hand and texting with the other and yelling at my kids in the rearview mirror, and my wife says, "Hey, watch out, there's someone at the crosswalk." Thank you. No ego. I love driving with my wife because she fucking pays attention. I love it. I have no problem with someone being like, "Yo, watch out for that, watch out for that." None. Do your thing. I'm cool. You just gotta think 1 or 2 moves ahead to see what the outcome you're trying to get is. Pat, I think we all agree. Now, can we move on to Trump and the declaration of? I don't know what the fuck. In declaration of what? Pat, don't offer up any. Pat, don't offer up any political discussions. Pat, this is what's happening here. This is the part you don't understand. We have a country with a $36 trillion deficit, wide open fucking borders, and fucking people who can't tell the difference between men and women. And we're turning the fucking boat around. All these people in this country, including myself and you, we just printed money and babysat the world, and it's time to fucking turn the ship around. And if you can't help and you're just going to bitch because during this time of correction, things get a little hard for you, go outside and play. This is big boy time. If you're worried about whether it really said MS-13 on his knuckles or not, like, go fuck yourself. Like, get the fuck out of here. If you don't understand the difference between printing money and its relationship to increasing revenue and profit simultaneously more than the money you're printing, then shut up, dude. That's what I mean. You're so myopic. I'm not, Pat, I never talked about the MS-13 guy. So what, dude? You don't control the conversation. I do. It's all in the same realm of your shit, of just looking at one little myopic thing and thinking it's going to unravel the whole sweater. No T in myopic. Oh, okay, thank you. Myopic, thank you. Anecdotal, not anecdotal. My mom told me it's not anecdotal, it's anecdotal. I don't speak so good. Sevi, you don't understand tariffs. You just repeat what you're told. Look at this giant mosquito eater. Oh, he's on my desk. He's a beast. He landed on Katrin's tits. You see him right there? Now he's on the backside of Now he's on the back of Katrin's head. The wildlife portion of the show. But now he's on the mic. My boys came in here yesterday and asked me why the boobs were here like this. I told them it's for resting my wrist on. You know what I mean? Then they're like, "Can we touch them?" I said, "Sure, come over, feel her tits. I don't care." They're like, "They're soft and squishy." I said, "Yep, sure are." Sevi, where'd you buy that chair? I don't know. Greg got it for me. I don't even know what kind of chair it is. I used to know. Oh, it's got all this crazy dirt and shit here. Oh, look. Sevi sticker. Trump can handstand walk 100 feet unbroken. Thank you. The bar is so low, he can walk 100 feet. They don't eat mosquitoes. Really? That's bullshit, Josh. Mosquito eaters don't eat mosquitoes. I don't actually use this as a mouse pad. I use it more as a pen holder. That's your mouse pad? No, it's more like a pen holder. And it makes me feel more confident when I'm doing CrossFit Games Update show. David Weed, everything Sevon owns, Greg got him, even Haley. I got Haley off an Jew Ashkenazi dating site. I traded 2 cows and some matzo balls for Haley. Yeah, is that really true? I'm gonna Google that. Do mosquito eaters eat mosquitoes? I used to be terrified of these things as a little kid. No, mosquito eaters, also known as crane flies, do not eat mosquitoes. They're actually harmless insects that feed on nectar and plant juice. The misconception that they eat mosquitoes like stems from their appearance. Oh, I should put this guy outside then. He's gonna die in here. Hold on, let me put him out. Shit. Oh, he flew away. That sucks. There's no nectar in here, just fart smells and a dirty couch. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Lizards eat mosquitoes. Thanks. Thanks. We talked about the NBA player yesterday. Hey, Standy, you didn't like that bit with the NBA player grabbing his dick? You were like saying that you're here for the chat and not the show. I've been thinking about that. I was like, I thought that was a great bit. I thought that was an amazing bit. That kind of sucked that you didn't like it. I thought it was I thought of all people you would like it. What? I was drunk yesterday. I what are you talking about? I was drunk yesterday when I was watching the show. I was almost airtight. I had the boys over for a little spit roast. One of them brought a friend. Well, let me remind you. Yesterday I did the bit with the chocolate penis and I pulled the Vindicate wrist wrap over it, and I was imitating the basketball player grabbing his dick, telling the crowd my dick's bigger than yours. And you wrote in the comments, I'm here for the chat. This show sucks, or something like that. And I was like, damn, I thought that bit was great. What's going on with you? But if you're getting made airtight while you're watching the show, it's going to be pretty hard to compete with that. Oh, darn it. Wait, where's the audio on this? How come I don't have any audio on this? What the fuck is going on? You guys hear the audio on that? Do you guys hear the audio on this? Oh, wow. Okay. Standy says I should put the black cock between Katrin's tits. How long before the 2003, how long after she got those tits do you think it took before the 2003 Junior Hockey League champion team of 22 boys, who now 6 of them are being charged with gang raping a girl during the season? I'm sure the other 16 boys had no idea that was going on. How long do you think it took before Brooke Lesnar titty fucked her? How long? Speculatively. I don't know why this isn't working. Why isn't this working? How come I don't have audio? Do I have no audio? Did you guys hear that? Do I have no audio? That really sucks. That's a great clip. Trying to think of, let me find another Instagram clip and see if it works. Hold on. Oh shit, the audio is not working on any of these clips. Can you guys hear me? Turn your sound on. What do you mean turn my sound on? Gang rape is not real, like cheating and sugar and red lights. No, Heidi. No. No. Gang rape is real. I can. Gang rape and sugar are real, Heidi. Gang rape and sugar are real. Oh, gangster rap? No, I think she meant rape. You are on clips or not? Thank you, Mr. Lange. That is so fucking weird. I wonder what's going on. Wonder if that means that's an omen to stop the show. Trump's daughter now has the largest. What is it? The largest NIL name, likeness, something deal. I don't know what the fuck this thing stands for. What is NIL? Here's why the president's granddaughter, Kai Trump, is worth around $1 million. NIL deal allows student athletes, usually in college, to profit from their name, image, and likeness. Name, image, and likeness. Florida is one of the few states that allow high school athletes to profit from their name, image, and likeness. Kai Trump's NIL valuation is estimated to be around $1 million, making her one of the highest valued female student athletes in national NIL rankings. Kai Trump, the oldest granddaughter of President Trump, is an avid golfer and Floridian like her grandpa. And now, even though she's still in high school, her golf is getting her paid. What's in an NIL deal? The acronym stands for name, image, and likeness. Blah, blah, blah. If Kai had been entering a collegiate sports just 5 years sooner, she would not have had the opportunity to kick off her college career with this much potential for profit. She holds a $1.2 million deal on three NIL evaluation. I think it's a golfing company that got her. I wonder if they're going to have her talk. Because the exact terms of Kai's deal with TaylorMade were not disclosed, but there is some information about her name, image, and likeness valuation. She also has another NIL endorsement in addition to the golf equipment deal that propelled her valuation to more than $1 million. I don't know if you guys have heard her talk, but she has some crazy speech impediment. She sounds what the fuck is going on? What is going on with my... I think the show is going to crash soon. I think everything's wonky. If it crashes, I enjoyed hanging out with you guys this morning in advance. Oh, shit, I got to go. Fuck, I just realized I have to go. I think I have to go. She got some crazy speech impediment. She got to get that fixed. She got to go to a speech therapist or something. Why does my wife sound like she's in Europe? Doesn't sound like I'm calling Jake Chapman. Can you guys hear the phone ringing?
Oh, you recently leave message. Thanks.
What's going on? All right, I got to go. I think I don't want to. I hate it when I say I have to go, and then I go inside the house and I didn't have to go. So I need to make sure I need to go. Oh, something is so wrong. Oh, and the roadcaster stopped working. Do I need to go? Okay. Yeah. Okay, are the boys ready? Okay, you'll start the car. Set the temperature to 74 degrees and the fan on speed level 3 and turn my seat heater on, please.
Already done. Thank you.
You're a good girl. I love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
There you go. She texted me and told me the steak is cooking. I got the internet box, dude. I got the internet box. And I tried, to be honest with you, it's so sick, Jason. I'm so excited about it. I got that bonded router. I got it from a place called Crosstalk in, I think it's in Oregon. They're so helpful. The guy, David, they're so helpful. Today, I was supposed to go to AT&T and Verizon. I ordered a Starlink. You guys are going to have to, listen, You are all going to have to pay $1.99, and you're going to have to make sure everyone pays $1.99 in the when we do the podcast shows during Syndicate and NorCal. This shit's getting expensive. I'm going to get in big trouble for my wife. This shit is getting expensive. She's going to be like, where's the mortgage money? I'm going to be like, I spent $5,000 on a box. What box? That black one that's sitting on the counter. I can't donate the money. I'm on the Dave Ramsey Souza plan. Shit. Make it $2.99 with tariffs. Thank you, Pat. Very important. Barry McCocken or victim. No, just fucking mathematician. Here you go. Thank you, Jose. Thank you. The least you could do. I mean, thank you. Dude, no, we've tried to get all the sponsors we can. The thing is like, I want to offer value. I'm not trying to get sponsors just for the sake of getting sponsored. Like someone offered a sponsorship the other day, and I was like, no, I can't take it. He goes, why? I'm like, I don't think we can sell you $3,000 worth of shit. Oh my! I wish I was in Amsterdam with Greg or wherever the fuck he. All right. I'm not done with you guys. I'll see you guys later. I'm not done. Even though I got a crazy busy day. Sebi, come visit me. Stay on my island. TTT starts in 3 weeks. Dude, I would love to come stay with you. I would love that. Shit. Oh, you the man. You the man. You the mans. That's crazy. Someone just sent me this. I don't know why Twitter, I don't know why Twitter works and Instagram volume doesn't work. But here, listen to this. You got to see this. I fucking love Jesse Waters.
Who's big balls? It's big. That should be obvious. Why do they call you big balls?
I just said it as my LinkedIn username.
Okay.
Well, people on LinkedIn take themselves like super seriously, and they're pretty adverse to risk. And I was like, well,
people on LinkedIn take themselves super seriously and are adverse to risk. So he called himself Big Balls.
I want to be neither of those things. So I said it, and honestly, I didn't even think anyone would notice.
And that's why I've never gotten a job from LinkedIn. No one's ever recruited me, even though I am the greatest marketing director, objectively measured, that's existed ever on planet Earth. Love you guys. Lucky to have you. See you soon.